A beautiful act of kindness can set off a chain reaction of positivity that touches many lives. This is the story of Donna Diamond and her final wish for one last ride.
She had a pony named Cracker Jack when she was younger. I never knew my mom loved horses until later on in life. She grew up in Silver Spring, lived in Maryland her entire life. At Christ Episcopal School, she started out as the gym teacher. I started out as kindergarten the same day. By the time she retired, she was the dean of students. And I just was amazed at how all the students always came back and said the same thing, that she was fair, she was honest, and she was stern. Her famous line was, "Are you being charming and attractive?" So that has carried me through my life, passing that on down to my nieces and their children. So when they get out of hand, that's what I say to them. Are you being charming and attractive? And they realize that came from Mimi. I came about Paradise Stables through my friend Carla, who boards our horse here. We started coming up here before my mom got diagnosed, and then even more so after she got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And this was her refuge. And I just saw how much she enjoyed it, and just watching the horses and being around the horses.
She's a very sweet woman, and she just loved the horses, and you could just see a twinkle in her eye when she would look at them and the horses would look at her.
One day, it was in February of last year, we got the diagnosis that the treatment was no longer working, and the only thing she wanted to do was go to the barn.
I was in the barn working, and our boarder Carla came up to me and she said, hurry outside, my friend Debbie's mom has just been told that her treatment for cancer is no longer going to work, and she wanted to come to the barn. She wanted to be here with the horses, so go out and meet her.
Debbie had her in her car, and I don't think she could walk very well at the time, and she just sat in the car and was watching Snickers graze on the grass and, visiting with Snickers from the car.
We had just gotten 2 Belgian driving horses, and she noticed them, right? Just sort of gazing at them.
I think Elizabeth just said, hey, well, would you like to go for a carriage ride one day? And, her face just lit up.
And she says, I've been diagnosed with cancer, and they told me today that there's nothing more they can do. And immediately I just thought, well, then we've got to make sure this carriage ride happens for her. When I put my hand on her back to give her a hug, I realized she was pretty frail. In that moment, I understood pretty quickly that she probably didn't have a lot of time.
We could never work out the day. It was like either the weather or Donna wasn't doing, I don't know, I can't remember, but it just seemed like we could never work out a good day. So Elizabeth decided, hey, you know what? If we can't work it here, then we're going to bring the horses to her.
I got a call on a Friday afternoon, and it was Elizabeth. And she said, what are you doing on Sunday? I said, I have no plans. She goes, get your mom ready. We're going to bring the carriage to her.
When we pulled up to the hospice house, she came out in a wheelchair, and she had her blue hat on, and she said, this is for me? What, horses? I don't understand. I knelt down to her and I said, Miss Donna, remember when I promised you that we would do a ride for you? And she said, yeah. And I said, it's today. The family came, they got on the carriage, and we set out. And we were no sooner around the corner from the hospice house, and she said, I could die happy now.
I know it meant so much to her and to Debbie and to the family for her to have that special day. I mean, she felt like a princess.
She really clicked with Mike and Max, and they're beautiful horses. And I remember you telling me that they're the perfect animals, and I think my mom sensed that.
No, you can't eat that. This is something else. I mean, I love you, but you can't.
Just seeing them and being around them was a comfort, and it took her mind away from what was going on. And I think that's why she enjoyed coming out here so much. For my family, it was absolutely beautiful to have everybody all together and get pictures and just see her go out and get on that carriage and ride.
Her daughter, Debbie, contacted me that Miss Donna had passed. And she contacted me on the day that she passed, which was exactly 2 weeks to the day, on the Sunday. And I just looked up at God and I said, thank you. Thank you for making me know that it had to happen.
She was an extraordinary woman, and I was very fortunate to have her as a mother. And every day, I think about that.
Miss Donna came to a farm where she finds peace. She gets terrible news, and where does she want to come? She wants to come here because paradise is a place of peace. And what an honor that is to me personally, because it's my farm. It reflects the essence of what I've always tried paradise to be, is a place of peace and a sanctuary. And so her choosing to come here was personally special to me. It all came together how it was supposed to come together. And I think that's what common ground is. It's finding common ground through horses to bring joy where we can find it. For her to have what she called her last ride was an unbelievably emotional, thankful moment for me to have the means to do it, because when you can, you should, and we could, so we did. And that is what it's all about.
When we're out there alone, you and I will be all right.